Today we're going to start writing our introduction. So go ahead and open up our plan, which is under quarter 4, as well as where it says River Valley Civilization Essay Turn-In. You want to click on it, and then I can't show you because I'm in teacher mode, but when you click on it, usually there's going to be something over here that says Add or Create, and you want to create a Google Doc. Now, the first thing we are going to need is a hook. A hook could either be a rhetorical question, so a question without an answer. It's kind of like a duh question. You have an emotional appeal, something to tug on people's heartstrings, or you have a quote from an expert. So, mine so far is for the clock, 60 seconds. So I have a rhetorical question, and it says, a compass. If you couldn't tell directions, how could you get anywhere on time? That's a rhetorical question. I'm not expecting people to answer the question, but I am still asking it. So your hook should connect to whatever invention you are trying to prove is the greatest. Now, this is kind of a fill in the blank area. So, in our introduction, we have to let people know about the ancient civilization, especially because we're going to explain how it impacted civilization. And if they don't know about the civilization, it means nothing. So, the ancient civilization of blank. This is where you are going to put your civilization. So, of Mesopotamia, of Indus River Valley, of China, of Egypt, is located at, and then you are going to put your latitude and longitude numbers. Oops, I spelled it wrong. So for those who are like, Ms. Days, what? You're going too fast. These two blanks are going to be your absolute location. So you're just going to put where it says north, let's say you're China. You would put 30.8. Whoops. You would put 30.8 north. And if you're China, 104.2 east. 104.2 east. Now, you would say near the modern day countries of blank, blank, and blank. This is where you're going to put your relative location countries. Go ahead and pause the video here as you input that information. Now, you will need a sentence that connects your human and physical characteristics. Here are some examples. You have also Mesopotamian people prayed at ziggurats, human characteristic. For the Tigris and Euphrates River, physical characteristic, to not flood. If you're China, also, Chinese emperors hoped that the Yellow and Yangtze rivers, physical characteristics, would not flood, or they would be overthrown from the mandate of heaven. Human characteristic! Another example is Egypt. Also, Egyptian people's main god was Osiris, human characteristic, who ruled over death, flooding of the Nile, physical characteristic, and resurrection. So find a way to merge your human and your physical characteristics into one singular sentence. Go ahead and pause the video now to do so. We are then going to transition into movement. The blank, aka you're going to insert your civilization's name here, sold exports of, and list 3 exports. Some of you guys might only have 2, but try to list as many as possible. For imports of, and list your imports. I should also say this at the end. Go ahead and pause the video here to get that all squared away. For those who are still confused, where it says export, 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 you are going to go to your plan and put 3 of your exports. So if I was Mesopotamia, I would write the Mesopotamians sold exports of leather, textiles, and jewelry for imports of copper, pearls, and ivory. Now, the people of, enter your civilization, interacted with the environment, and then we already have our responses. Let's say you're Egypt, by having coal around their eyes to protect from the sun, by monsoons constantly destroying cities, by using physical characteristics as protection, by stopping unpredictable flooding using canals and dams. You can choose whichever you would like. Go ahead and pause the video here and fill in your response. We then are going to end off with region. Additionally, blank was ruled by a blank. So, additionally, Indus River Valley was ruled by a theocracy. Additionally, ancient China was ruled by a theocratic monarchy, so on and so forth. In, and then whatever world region, so was ruled by a theocracy in South Asia, was ruled by a theocratic monarchy in both North Africa and the Middle East, was ruled by a theocratic monarchy in East Asia, was ruled by a theocratic monarchy in the Middle East. Go ahead and pause the video here so you can get that all squared away. Last but not least is our thesis statement. A thesis statement is the last sentence of an introduction that declares our opinion and declares what the rest of the paragraph will be about. In our instance, we are rephrasing the question, what is the greatest invention of the River Valley civilizations? We would rephrase that to possibly be, the greatest invention of River Valley civilization was the blank, which you would put in your invention. Once that is done, you have finished your introduction. Awesome job!